Good evening, folks. Yes, we are back on the road again. Obviously, you'll know that my Facebook had been taken away for quite a while, so all the podcasts had stopped, and we obviously we were off the road for a while. And tonight, folks, just waiting to come on very soon is ex-Ranger Shota Arveladze. It's taken me a while to track Shota down, but eventually we've got to him, and he's agreed to come on here very kindly. But look at all this, folks. Blue Heart 1872. If you're on YouTube, you must subscribe, folks. To some of the players that will be coming on will be only on YouTube. You will not be able to watch them on Facebook or Twitter. So if you're on Facebook, please like and share. If you are on Twitter, then retweet and subscribe to the YouTube. Obviously, not a great result for Rangers today. A lot of people not too happy about what happened the other day, but we keep going, and I still believe that we'll win the league this year. And just before I do bring Shot on, folks, look at these here. Blue Heart 1872 mugs. You can get these if you go to my Facebook of Blue Heart 1872 and go down through the post. You will see your chance to win 3 of these mugs just by tagging your friends, and we'll give 3 of them away. But I'm going to get Shot on now. And just before I bring Shot on, folks, players coming on very soon. You can see it along the ticker bar at the bottom. It's telling you there who's coming on. People like Clint Hill will be on. Sebastian Rosenthal, Basil Bowley, Nigel Spackman, Jimmy Nicol, Gregory Vignal, Andy Little, Gary McSwegan, and there's going to be loads more. So get your questions coming in, folks, for Shota, and we'll get as many questions as we can to him. We'll not get everything done, but we'll do our best to get through a lot. So I'm going to, if I hit my magic button, Shota should appear. Good evening, Shota.
Good evening to everybody. Good evening.
Shota, thank you so much for coming on, mate. Obviously,
You're always welcome.
It's taken me a while to track you down, but Peter Hoostrom helped me track you down. So obviously, I'm not even going to try and say whereabouts in the world you are at the minute. Whereabouts are you?
I'm in Uzbekistan, in the capital of Uzbekistan, Tashkent.
Yeah.
Where we are working with Peter together in the club called FC Pakhtakor. It's one of the biggest club in this country, and actually in the Asian side. It's an ex-Soviet, which connects me with the memories of my childhood when the Soviet League was going on.
Yeah.
And my own club, like a Dynamo Tbilisi, was playing here in Tashkent, and then the Tashkent team was coming and playing. So that's a place I am, like Uzbekistan, and the capital of Uzbekistan is Tashkent. So I'm here now.
Yeah.
Talking to you.
Yeah. How long have you been there, now, Shota, you and Peter?
That's my the 3 years ended in the summer, like a month ago.
Yeah.
And then it's my the half part started, and the league will end the end of the year.
Yeah.
It's beginning of the year the league starts, and beginning of the year league ends. So it's doesn't through two calendar year. So it started at 2020 January, end of January, and it will end November 25. For now, it's probably will end a bit late because of this all known reasons. Because many times we stopped this year in March one time because of virus, and in 5 weeks ago we stopped again. But in 2 days' time we will start again. So it's a little bit like the hard time for the coaches, for the players.
Yeah.
But we'll start again. So let's hope things will settle, and everything will be fine.
Yeah. Okay. So, what the standard of football out there, Shota? How does it compare to Scotland?
I believe facilities could be a similar. I would not say that. It's also 2-3 nice and quite great stadiums here, but I would not compare, of course, to Ibrox and Celtic Park or National Stadium, Parkhead. But generally, the facilities are more or less old ones. Some of them are new, good. Training facilities probably also the same, but level is, I would say, the Scottish football is much more quicker and physical. Here is quite a good sense of technical boys. They like to play the football on the ground more, like not that quick as they used to play in Britain and especially in Scotland.
Yeah.
But they can play football. Definitely, they can play football.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, just taking some notes on you today, Shota, and I spoke to you earlier on. So, you've over 400 goals in your career. Is that
Yes, it
correct?
is.
Over 400
Yeah.
goals. That's amazing. And how many games did Shota did it take to get them 400 goals? Over 400
I
goals.
think I think I played around 750, 740 games. I never counted, to be honest.
Yeah.
But over the 700 games, I did play it in official games, of course,
Yeah.
with the clubs I played and with national team, and that's not too much, but also not. I played quite long. I stopped when I was 35,
Yeah.
so I managed my injuries to not have them in during the season. It's only one time I get the injury that was in Rangers
Yeah.
for 6 weeks or 7 weeks, and I came back. And most of the time, I've been operated on my meniscus and cartilage like 4 or 5 times. But every time I managed this to end the season, and then in the preseason time, then I was like almost every time when the game was started, I was ready to play again. So that was a
Yeah.
little bit a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. And obviously as well, Shota, you had 26 goals for the national team in 61 games.
Yes, that's always special, and especially like countries ex-Soviet, when you get your independence and everybody is waiting, and every goal can make kind of history. First game, who scored the first one, who start the count again, and this kind of issues is always sensitive, especially for such a small nation like we are. And it's not a surprise that I remember them. I remember the first games, first goals, first official games as independent Georgia national team games, and yeah, it makes me happy that we write kind of history, kind of new page in this Georgian football. But
Yeah.
before us was amazing history of Georgian football. Almost every World Cup when the Soviet Union been involved, like minimum 3 Georgians, 4 Georgians been also in the first 11. So will not find a photo of Soviet team where out of 11 there was lesser than 3 Georgian players. So it was always traditions of playing good and nice football,
Yeah.
technical, attractive football. And as a Georgian, like the best club, Dynamo Tiflis, who managed to win 2 times Soviet League, 2 times the cup of the Soviet League, one time a cup, Winners' Cup in Europe, 2 or 3 times played the semi-finals in that time, UEFA Cup and Champions League, no Champions League, but like a Cup of Champions that time they call. And like Olympic champions with Soviet Union, European champions with Soviet Union team, a lot of bronze and silver, and so we had a quite good traditions to continue. And I don't know how good we done this, but the boys like George Kinkladze, boys like
Yeah.
Murkitsbaya, boys like Levan Kobiashvili, Demetradze, Kaladze. I believe my brothers play long time in Germany, long time boys play like Kakit Khadadze played in Manchester City, Eintracht Frankfurt, played Murtashelli. It was time when four Georgian was playing in Manchester City. So and like 8 players been playing in Germany in Bundesliga, not in the second division or
Yeah.
something like that. The clubs like Karlsruhe, Freiburg, Schalke, and in Italy, like Zurach Izanishvili played in Glasgow Rangers and
Yeah.
in Blackburn Rovers, Newcastle. You know yourself. Getsbaia probably
Yeah.
played
Yeah.
quite a high level, and I forget anyone now, but the boys who done for of course we never managed big let's say with national team
Yeah.
results, but it always was hard. When we begin this, was only one national team was coming through to the group stage, and we always had the
Yeah.
Germany, France, Spain, Italy. Who want to see Georgia in the World Cup? But now things changed, and now it's
Yeah.
coming National Cup, and now it's coming like this. The number of the national teams who gonna be involved in the next World Cup, it's already almost 40.
Yeah.
And now time European Cup was playing only 16 national teams, and eight national teams was already like Germans, France, and this best European, the the huge and big, strong national teams, and for Scotland. We're having such of big traditions of football and the league and Glasgow Rangers and Celtic involving every day in the Champions League,
Yeah.
playing every year. Even for them to manage and be every European competition or every World Cup, almost impossible. And sometimes they succeed and sometimes not.
Yeah.
But we done something, and I believe. One day we will play in the World Cup and we will play in the Euro Cup. And now we're close by because out of this national cup, we threw as a number one, and we have to play Belarus first. And if we won the Belarus, then we have a final, and then it could be Kosovo. But both games
Yeah.
in Tiflis. So we're close by, and I hope dream of every Georgian will be true, and we're gonna play there. So
Yeah. But Shota, you mentioned the player there. You mentioned. Can you still hear me? Sorry, Shota.
yeah, I
Uh,
hear you, but the was before.
Shota, a player you mentioned there is Georgi Kinkladze. That's obviously you're very close to him as a friend as well.
Yes, it is. Yes, yes, it
What a
is.
special player Kinkladze was.
George is an amazing one, and I can imagine when the people just can see him like on television or something like. But we grow up in the same neighborhood, and we even play like we've been walking through to the like neighborhood, and we will be looking for the boys who can play on bed. We bet and we play, and people doesn't know that we are so good because we've been like maybe 14, sometimes
Yeah.
13, 15 years old guys with my twin brother with George, and then every place we had a small stadiums in Tiflis, and people always been playing the old boys also. And then you have 2 goals aside, then you play like 1-1, and then we play 4 against 4 with 5. And sometimes we bet on and we play on ice creams. Sometimes we even play on money, and the people always been surprised how good we've been and what he was doing in that time already. And sometimes they've been kicking us, too hard because he was so small, and like going through to the boys like 18, 19 in that time. It's like a huge different when you're
Yeah.
like a 14 and someone is 21, just like a tough boys in the streets, and they stand and they say who these boys are, and then when we grow and we start playing in Tiflis, Dinamo Tiflis. It was a dream to play there because it's the best club, best team we love. And then we go to Europe, and then we start playing in national teams. And what he done in Manchester and what he done in England, having after 25 years when Premier League, I don't know, the best league ever, best players ever, except Messi. I believe everybody been there, and it looks like Messi can end. Looks like a little bit, I don't know, but every best coach, every single name who ever touched the ball like on high level been there. They're still talking about him and about his magic left and his magic things he done in the club like Manchester City, and this makes us happy. His friends, his family, especially me, who can easily say, "Listen, that's a boy. I always play ball. I always get back from him. He never lost the ball, so he always."
Okay, so it's a message there from Tim Donnelly saying, "You're an amazing player for Rangers. Thank you, Shota."
Sorry,
can you see it on the screen? Jim Donnelly saying you've been an amazing player for Rangers. Thank you, Shota. No, you can't.
Well.
Yeah, okay. No, it's not a question. He's saying thank you for what you've done for Rangers.
You mean what I can say about Rangers in my
No, he's saying thank you to you for what you've done for Rangers. He just wants to say, he's just saying thank you.
Say thank you. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah. And this is for James Cross. He's saying he's looking forward to the Lee Rigby match whenever it takes place. James, whenever we get a date and we're allowed to get it on, the game will definitely be on. Another thing with one here, shout out, somebody from Istanbul saying you're the best player of all time in Transopar. Can you hear?
Look, anyone says like that I'm the best player or whatever I am, I can just say very, very, very simple. The time I spent there in the boys and the local boys and the foreigners we had there, the people who work there, I spoke to many players who played in Real Madrid, in Barcelona, in Bayern Munich, in Boca Juniors, in River Plate. This is a clubs like if you can't pay them. If you just take one, say the time they spend in Rangers, in the feel of the feeling of the hugeness and the greatness and the bigness, like a club, it was like a huge. And okay, when you just coming and you arrive and you see, of course, you say hello, you say this, and then like a week by week, it grows, and you understand the guys who told you the story about this club. They never overrated. They feel it that, and it happened to me also. So if somebody in that club in with tells about me something like
I think we've lost Shot at the minute here, folks. Obviously, the Wi-Fi is not playing up.
Who loves me?
Hi, Shot, are you still there? Yeah, still here. Okay.
I mean, I wish my son hears this more and more often, so they can be a little bit proud what I little bit around.
Yeah. And Derek Hope has comment Shota saying that you're the best dancer as well. Shota's dancing shoes.
I would not be agree on this.
He says you're the best dancer. Derek Hope.
Yeah, but look, the Georgians generally can dance. So we have in culture, in the blood. It's also like our traditional dances is really choreographs. Is very famous. We love to dance, especially when we're happy. So I'm not the best one, but when I'm in a good mood, I can dance, and I don't know how it looks.
Yeah, and Shota, there's a question from Stuart Finlay. He says you scored 27 goals in European competitions, a number 5 in all time list. But which was the best? Which goal was the best?
Look, you're number 5. It's the same as 25. So you'll be number 1, or you better don't talk too much about. But I would say the special one is my first goal. We scored against independent again, like a Dynamo Tiflis, independent Georgian champion, played against Irish team Belfast.
Yeah.
And I scored my first historical goal in Europe, and also as a behalf of my country against them. To be honest, is one of the best goal I also ever scored. Like a really great goal. I get the ball like a 45 yards away. I was running deep. There was 2 defenders around. I get the ball straight in my chest. Don't let ball bounce. I put over the defender, center defender who was coming from my left side. I move one in touch through the second who was coming to help him, and I shoot with the left in the short corner of the goalkeeper. So as a goal, as a historical goal, as a first like a goal in Europe, I definitely remember that, of course, and then probably the others just statistics, and this is, of course, this very very important to me, and probably to be someone will write this when they will start count. But I remember many big names: Henrik Larsson, Falcao, I think Ruud van Nistelrooy, Alan Shearer, I think Jardel, who else, like Huntelaar. It's in the top 10. I see last time, like about 6-7 months ago, I see the list from UEFA.com. We're still there. So after 20 years of like time, when you're there, it's also like something good to remember.
Because do you remember the goal in Copenhagen for Rangers, the last minute?
Yes,
I remember that was a special goal, Shota, to the Champions League.
Yeah, that count. This goal count. David Murray after the game said to me, "Shota, that goal cost £10 million." I said
10 million.
Thanks to God. So we never count numbers. We just been happy at that moment. We had a great team with boys really happy, and they say you cannot buy that second. So
no,
I believe that's most important.
So Shota, you started your career at Tbilisi. Tbilisi, is that where you started your career?
Yes. We grow up in Tiflis. Our dream was to play in this best historical club in Georgia, also in Soviet Union, one of the successful football club, Dynamo Tiflis. We become like the second team boys first, and then Soviet Union collapsed, and we have to start our own league, Georgian league, and we did 2 years we played there, And then in age of 19, I moved to Trabzonspor, to Turkey, with my twin brother. We played there 3 years. After that, we moved to Holland with my twin brother again. He went to NAC Breda. I went to Ajax. So I stayed there until 2001. From 2001 to 2005, I moved to Rangers. Then I get back to Holland, to AZ Alkmaar. Also, I believe very, very good decision that I could work with also great players and also very good club. And as a person, like I respect too much Luis Van Gaal, that he could teach me many skills how to become a coach. And then I went to Levante, to Spain, and there ended my football career when automatically I become assistant coach of Louis. Back to AZ, we become a champion. Then I work with Ronald Koeman. I work with Dick Advocat. I also a lot of experience get out of them, and then I become myself coach, and it's already like I would say 12 years with 2 years as assistant, and I'm 10 years already as a head coach working.
Yeah.
So then I'm working.
Obviously, then, so I want to talk about your time at Rangers. Obviously, it's a Rangers here. £3 million. Dick Advocat signed you for Rangers. Is that correct?
To be honest, I don't know. I know how much I was getting. How much I cost at time. I didn't have any penny from my transfer numbers, so I didn't keep too much attention on that. But I know how much I get. So, but I don't know. To be honest, I never interested on that.
Yeah. So obviously, then, Shota, your time at Rangers, you won the treble in 02-03 and a double in 03 or 04-05.
We get the 7 trophies in 4 years.
Yeah.
It was 2 times we made a double, and then 1 time we make a treble. So to be honest, again, when we make a double and we win the cup or the league cup, after the game we always celebrate, and it was. And I used to ask also when we become a champion, and the people say we made it is like 50 times, 49 times, 52 times, 53 times. I was like, okay, of course, you play for that and you to be a champion, but it's not something that you done something special, because before you, many players, many years they done this same. But when we won the treble, and I believe it's a last treble, if I'm not wrong, is it correct?
Right. Yeah.
So then when I asked, it was only 7 times in history of Rangers. So then I understand how important also, and that treble we won, and if it's that until that day was only number 7th, and after that, when it's already 15 years past, and we never done this again.
Yeah.
I don't know if Celtic done this and how many times.
No, we don't want to mention them, Shota. We're not mentioning them. Forget Celtic.
No, I mean because we not been there, so they could easily done. But I mean, how important is it? So that's what I'm trying to say. So then you take this as like a really big success, and you're proud for your team, for your teammates. You're proud with the time you spend there, and show what you can and what you could there at that time, and we make people also happy. And I hope very soon it's gonna be changed, and it's gonna be number 8, number 9, and more and more. But till now, that's important one. So
Yeah, yeah,
it makes me in one side very proud and glad that we left this club with chin up, with a good feeling, with the love the club deserved, and with something memories which will follow us next. I don't know how long we're gonna live, but hope next many years.
yeah. So, Shota, Stuart Finley's asked the question: who was your roommate at Rangers, and do you have any funny stories?
Again,
Who was your
what is
roommate at Rangers?
a roommate? Look, uh, I had a Ronald. We've been together. I had Fernando. Uh, I was with Amo. I was with a couple of times, but mostly I was with Fernando and with Ronald de Boer,
Right.
and two different persons, Fernando and Ronald.
Yeah, two totally
And
different people.
yeah, the brilliant, and I am so painful for Fernando that he's
Yeah,
not with us anymore, and it's amazing that after the dinner he could drink uh, 12 bottles of Coca-Cola, like small ones, and then
yeah,
he could eat from 7 to 11, when we still could walk up down before we go to rooms, and he could take like a 5 Snickers and maybe 4 macchiato, and then in like in 12:30, like at 12 o'clock, he could say, "Oh fuck, I cannot sleep." I say, Fernando, Jesus Christ, man, you take like a 3 kilo caffeine from 7 o'clock to 12. How you can sleep, man?
brilliant.
It's amazing. But he was so much energyful. He was so much like I don't know, energetic and great. It was like this. Everything was like a simple, when he was doing this, and we've been laughing sometimes. And also like when I remember these kind of things, and we make jokes on this, and and
Yeah.
but he says, unbelievable, unbelievable. I cannot sleep. Jesus fucking Christ. I said, how are you gonna sleep, man? Absolutely. You eat like a 6, 7 kilo. Unbelievable, man.
Yeah, yeah. So, John, obviously, you were involved as well in the famous helicopter Sunday. We all remember that on Easter Road.
When we change address of the helicopter, yes.
Yeah, yeah. The helicopter changed direction. I mean, that's a special moment.
Look, uh, this I believe the special year was the year before.
Yeah,
In that helicopter Sunday, we didn't, especially me, I didn't get that much adrenaline and emotions than I get year before, because generally we know we have to win, but we never believed that Celtic would drop the point.
yeah,
We
yeah,
hardly believe on that, and we just little bit wanted to do what we have to do. You know what I mean? Like we have to go there, whatever we play, good or bad. We just have to win, and we just drive back, and that's it.
yeah,
And nobody would dream that Celtic would lose and the points, and we become a champion. But the year before, if you really
yeah,
wanted to remember, that was amazing. That we knew we have not nobody can stop us. It was like Ibrox. You could play against 5 teams like against, I don't know, 66 players, against, I don't know, 56 players, against 22 players, against 33 players. I don't know. And at that time, nobody would stop us. And in against the Heaps, we could lose that game also. We been good, but we never been
Yeah,
on in mind would be like half of it. Okay, this, that. But in that day against the Falmouth or Motherwell, no,
confirming
not Falmouth,
the game. Yeah,
not even like a half second. Anyone win with like would think think like we will not win this game with the numbers of we need. We need
yeah.
8. We will score 8. We need 9. With all respect to our opponent, and we just I don't know. Our eyes was like this, I don't know.
Yeah,
We had 11 Fernando from 7 to 12.
yeah. Brilliant.
With the 25 Coca Cola and with the 12 macchiato, with the 3.5 kilo Max Mars and Snickers, and 2 package of Red Bull. I don't know whatever it calls, and even like bouncy, and it was amazing to remember this feeling. And it's also when we stopped the game, and we had 2 minutes time when the
I
Celtic
wait.
is gone, and these two minutes was like a 2 years time, and everybody imagine like a Ibrox quiet. It
Yeah,
was quiet, like we end the game 6-1, and it was like everybody. It's like unbelievable. It's like soulless there,
yeah.
like silence, and then in a second, like a boom. I get the chicken, now. I get the chicken skin because I remember how it bounced this and then it starts bow. Was amazing,
Yeah.
absolutely amazing.
And obviously, Shota, from that team, one of your ex teammates has gone on to is doing very well now. Won the FA Cup with Arsenal. Mikel Arteta,
Yes, Michael.
his special player when he played.
Special player, definitely from you see his age, coming from Barcelona, going to Paris Saint Germain, playing with Ronaldinho, make his style that and then you see the Rangers could take such of young great legends of British football or even Spanish football, take him there, make it great years, and then sell him
Yeah,
for Premier League, and where he's in now, and it's great, when you see your teammates doing fantastic, like Frank de Boer himself, and many, like a special persons that also doing makes us happy, of course, and because we had a great time, we had great games together, and a pleasure. It's big pleasure to when you play the ball with such a big players and the coaches as well and the personalities.
yeah, yeah. And the difference in obviously you were there under Dick Abacan, then Alec McLeish took over.
Yes.
The difference of two coaches, Shota, what would you say a difference
Look,
in what way?
it's easy to see the difference. The one is a Dutch culture coach. One is a typical British coach manager. So
Yeah,
Dick was more field coach, someone who is like absolutely everything like on the field, and Alex was more like a British style coach. He could be 10 minutes late to the field, and different relationships with players. He could took much, take one each out, talk to manage, and I think he's a coach. He's a field who is good, who is bad. Don't talk much with players. Rules the same for everyone. He doesn't cares about the names much. and it doesn't care if he's in a good mood or in a bad mood. So, but Alex is more like a people manager. He
Yeah,
goes and he pulls, he let it go sometimes, and you could see like both can easily manage such a club, such a huge level, and being succeed also and be successful. So it's same as like when you talk about Alex Ferguson, you talk about the British, the coaches, and you take a German one, and then he says, "Yeah, okay, sorry, the 9 o'clock starts breakfast, and it's 9 o'clock, right? And so you cannot be like 10 seconds late. So
yeah,
sorry." Uh, and it can make us like a big story about it. Someone say, "Okay, it's 10 seconds." Most important to not be late when you're in the first post or second post, and to be close to the striker. That's the way it is, and that's why they're two different persons, two different cultures. And I would say I had the pleasure to work with Dick as a player. I had the pleasure to work with him as an assistant coach. I learned a lot, and I would say the same. Gaffer give us a different freedom, different feeling, different confidence of playing, and it was great also.
yeah. And then obviously one of the decisions that Archie Cleek's done at his time, Shota, was he made Fernando captain and put him in midfield. And do you think Alec got the best out of Fernando by doing that?
Fernando to play in the midfield, you say yes?
Yeah, 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 yeah. When Fernando
Look,
moved, it was
yes, but I think it's also a little bit different time, and see, and the time who was we had the like Reina in the midfield. We have a Barry Ferguson that time. We had who we had like a Arteta, I think, and then that's Fernando also who could easy play in the middle and give us a more energy from the middle, and because he was good, he was never like to press ball out, to push higher, and get energy to play like absolutely box to box. And this is also like the eye of the coach, and when he sees that good and in the right time, I think that's why he's a good coach. So
yeah,
many coaches, they just let it go where it is. They don't want to try. They don't want to risk. They don't want to change anything. And then mostly they lose. So and then with Fernando case, it was different. Even he put Ronald as a striker,
yeah,
and Ronald generally never really like a deep striker, but with this experience, he played like very easy, and he made like 20 goals in a season. So
yeah,
also good from coaches that they can see that.
yeah. I'm going to ask you about a player you played with, Shota. And he's going to hate me for it, but I'm going to ask you about Michael Moles. How good was Michael Moles?
Look, I just see on Instagram that he scored like
Four.
fantastic goal, amazing goal, and it was 21 years ago. That's
Yeah,
unbelievable. So how much time passed, and we all think like it was yesterday. We played there like 3 years ago,
yeah,
and we've been there like around. But Michael was very special striker with his own skills that he did not look to anyone. Hardly you could see type of the strikers like a Michael. Very special for back to the opponent's goal, to the defender. He could turn like with
yeah,
this like a twist quick, absolutely great. Very like a smart finisher, and he could score like amazing goals. And I believe this the injury against Bayern Munich, what he got this crucial
yeah,
ligament. He stopped him for a while to show his best quality, but I think he came back with injury, and he showed again he's great, and he's a great goal scorer. I think it was great to play with him, especially easy, because you could give him a ball around the 16, and he was dealing with this ball, and then we could continue from the left, from right, from like a position of the midfield to come, and that's very important to have such a striker there.
Yeah. Special player, Michael Mould. Obviously, as we all know, hadn't been for injury, obviously Michael went on to do bigger things for Rangers.
Definitely,
Yeah. Special player. And obviously, I've just found, is it true you played your full career with chronic asthma?
No, I don't have asthma. Somebody write that I have.
Somebody stitched me up there.
No, it was like somebody write, because they asked me why I went back, because like 4 months ago I went back to home, to Istanbul, where my family is, and I said in this time it was like difficult. I was afraid because this virus, and I went back to see my kids, and they say because I have asthma. I never had asthma in my life, and I hope I will never have it. No, that's really like the shocking what people can like. I don't know.
Well,
from how come this story comes out? Yeah, no. Thanks to God, not. Thanks to God, not.
Shot your best goal for Rangers.
Best goal I scored for Rangers? What you asked me? I cannot.
Yeah. Best goal for Rangers. Best goal for Rangers.
Look, the best and nice goals are, but the important goals is also very important. Sometimes you score number 5, and it can be like a fantastic goal, but you can score also first one or the third one, and it would be like a really historical. I believe all the goals I scored, it changed the game. It changed our final result, and it bring something extra for the team. I think all these goals is really important. Rest is again like it's nice, and you always love to be in list of the who made the goal, and it's amazing. Of course, it's a great feeling, and you play football for that, to make the goals. And I would not count nice goal. I would count the important goal. It's the first one when I played my debut on Ibrox. I scored the 2 goals, and I believe this is very important for me. The first goal you score against on Old Firm game, it's also very important, especially in Scotland. You score in Champions League games, it's good. You score in Europe, it's also good. You score in the final game when you become a champion. It's also because every goal was very important that day. And you go on, and then you say, okay, someone loves. I loved it, Tepin. I loved it last touch, just in empty goal. I remember I scored against Hearts. I scored 2 goals. The first half was great goal, I would say. I turned inside the feet. I shoot in the far corner. Brilliant goal. But second one, I just tipped in. Just goalkeeper dropped the ball. There was no one there. I just touched it like Ian Gretzky, in ice hockey. Clink. And so much pleasure with that goal that you cannot explain this sometimes, why you've been there, why nobody else. And I remember Peter Lowenkrantz was running, and it's hard to be quicker than him. So I said, Peter, sorry, I'm going to be a first here. So I make it, and to drive 3 hours. We play cards. We had the fun. We win the games. We win the trophies. Oh, fucking hell, it's unbelievable good. You want to be back again. One day, we are probably all of us would spend many things, would give up many things to get back one away game or one home game with that power, with that passion, with that energy around to make it. But unfortunately, we can't.
Yeah. And then obviously, Shota, before you signed for Rangers, you always knew about the Rangers Celtic derby game. What was your experience of playing in that? How did it compare to the other big derbies?
If you not participate these games, nobody can understand this. I know many people talk about, many people speak about, many people been on in the stand and they see these games or they talk about, but it's nothing to compare when you standing there and you playing this game.
Yeah.
So I played quite good derbies also in Turkey. It's Trabzonspor against Fenerbahce, Trabzonspor against Galatasaray, Trabzonspor against Beşiktaş when it's also like a crazy. Then I played Ajax against PSV, Ajax against Feyenoord, which is also like. But this game is everything starts and ends. Like when we're having, it's before the Celtic game and it's after the Celtic game. That's my impression. And if you see the injuries, and you can train like sometimes with 14 players, with 15, with even 12, 16, 14, and as soon the calendar goes close to the firm game, then you get 18, then you get 22, and then you get 25 all fit players ready to challenge this game. Go, and then you can go back again to 12 or 13, and whatever you do, you have to be ready for this game to play mentally, physically, morally. I don't know. That's why it calls, and it's nobody else has that. So you guys are lucky on that. And me too. I've been part of it. So
it's more intense in the Fenerbahce game, yeah.
Absolutely, you cannot compare because even people been chosen for media to speak, and they've been even looking for who must to go and speak and who cannot make even more mess, or who can be smart with media to speak before, and then you go after the game to not get like like a one word just to drop there something like with emotion or with I don't know whatever you can talk and to use and choose right words. So
You're breaking up there, Shota.
And it's two players always, it's tense and you feel it like when you go there. So I've been there as well, so I could make probably like not the bad comments or enough good enough comments to take a part of it.
Yeah.
So you feel it
And
anyway.
And Shota, obviously you're managing now. Have you got aspirations to try and would you fancy a go at managing back in Scotland?
Oh, I love it. Of course, I love it. I would love it. I would love it because it's country that I love. It's country that I had a great time. It's club I love. So it would be of course a fantastic one. One nice sunny on probably rainy day. But there's not much sun we see
No.
there. So.
What I'm saying is, do you and Peter Hoostra after coming back and having a go at it in Scotland?
I've been 4 years ago, 5 years ago last time when my son was choosing the universities that he could continue to study. It was like a Glasgow University, was Newcastle, was Exeter, close to London, and we have to go to Birmingham, and we made a family turn to speak and to see, and then suddenly he chose Newcastle, and then I passed by, and I've been at Ibrox, and we still have a nice photos in dressing room. And the last time I played in national team, my last game in national team, it's also in Hampden Park.
All right,
So
okay.
Scotland against Georgia. Yeah, it's my official last goal. I scored on Hampden Park against Scotland. So every time, good memory.
Yeah, and Shota, obviously, before we'll take this last question because I know it must be midnight. You are now. Is it 4 hours front? So it's midnight. Yeah.
I couldn't understand this question.
Well, we take this last question because I know it's getting on. It's 4 hours. Who was your footballing idol, Shota?
When I was a young one, in Georgia was David Kipiani that we love all. This is like a phenomenal football player. We loved it, and I grew up with the era of Maradona, and I was crazy about him. And then we saw Johan Cruyff. You saw these players, later with these video tapes, whatever. But I grew up with this Kipiani, Georgian legend, and Maradona, who've been our heroes, and this boy, this crazy boy, made all of them a little bit look not as big as he's doing, but Messi little bit turn over everything around. Yeah, he did. So uh, sometimes Monday I think like it's again Maradona, and Tuesday also, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then this Saturday comes, and he was coming out, this little boy, and makes your head mess again. Jesus Christ, he's the best one. And then Sunday you cool down a little bit, and then you go Monday again. It's like, no, I think Maradona is better. Maradona, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday. And then Sunday he comes out again, and you just take a ball and you just go through doing things alone. And you say again, unbelievable what he can do. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So I know after yesterday's game probably, everybody is a little bit disappointed, but the pleasure he gave it to the football sector in last 15 years, that's amazing. That's unbelievable. That's a crazy what he done. So I don't believe Michael Jordan done that. I don't believe anyone in the sport sector done that. It's like I believe it's like Michelangelo who done something 400 years, 500 years ago, and he left, and he done now with legs, with this crazy actions.
Yeah.
We have to be all grateful to him. Say just thank you to him, and if it's an end, just take a cap, say thank you. If it's just new begin, and he probably needs a new challenge, I probably understand also. And let's see his new challenge.
Yeah. Okay, sure, that's brilliant. I know it's getting late, so for you, it's only 8 o'clock in the UK, but it's 12 o'clock where you are. So it's bedtime for you, Shota. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Thank you
No
for
problem.
time. Thank you for calling. I
Thank
want to
you.
wish you best. I want to wish you many trophies. I want to wish you like energy, and I want to wish you that bouncy non-stop, and, and of course the healthy life all around which we need now. and the confidence to go out, full pubs, full stadiums, full nice parties, which Scotland is famous for. So I wish you all the best, guys, and keep chin up, and we go on. Okay.
Okay, Shota. Thank you very much, mate. Thank you.
Brilliant.
Shota. We're the people.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Okay, folks. So there you have it. Shota Arveladze. A bit of a problem, I think, with connection. But keep tuned, folks, because obviously we've got a lot more players coming up. We're just getting this back on the road again now after obviously the Facebook incident. For anybody that doesn't know what happened, my Facebook was hacked, and hacked well and truly. And I had, obviously, I'd done a bit of advertising on Facebook before, so this is a reminder for anybody that does advertise on Facebook. Do not store your bank card details with Facebook. My bank card was done for over $7,000. Hopefully I've got that back. But and now my Facebook's back on at long last. So we'll just keep going on, folks. Keep sharing the Facebook page. Hit the retweet button on Twitter, and please subscribe to the new YouTube channel, because, folks, some of these podcasts will only be on YouTube. They will not be on Facebook. Some of the other players will only be on YouTube. So hopefully you enjoyed that. And coming up, folks, remember Clint Hill, Jimmy Nicol, Nigel Spackman, Basil Bowley. Yeah, Basil Bowley will be on here very soon. So keep an eye out, folks, and thanks very much. Good night.